Hi there and welcome to the next video in our series of YouTube videos. This one's about the Sage 200 analysis codes, how you set them up and utilise them. So first you jump into the Sage 200 software. Okay, so I've got my Sage 200 open. So the place I need to set my analysis codes up, firstly is in the Accounting System Manager area. So Accounting System Manager, then under the Settings, and then it's the Maintain Analysis Codes option. So what I'm going to do is just set up a simple one for my suppliers, which is for preferential and non-preferred suppliers. So I'll just click add there. Okay, so I'll put in suppliers as being the description. Okay, I've then got options whether I can enter free text and add new on order entry, or whether I can only select from a predetermined and pre-set up list of entries. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a preset list of entries. So the first value is actually to return that. Okay, and then I click down into the bottom after I've made I've got obviously the suppliers section still highlighted at the top. So first one is preferred. Okay, then I can elect whether that's the default or whether I want non-preferred to be the default. I'll choose non-preferred and then I'll have to change them to be preferred. So I'll then go non-preferred. Okay, and I'll tick that as being the default. So what will happen is, as I then add in a new supplier, it'll ask me to put in that code. Now the only thing I've got to do on top of this is to actually indicate that this is going to be an analysis code that is applicable to suppliers. So at the minute I have to just set up a list of them with all the various options. I then click save, and now I move across to my purchase ledger area of the system. So I'll go across there now. So I've got purchase ledger, utilities, ledger setup, and then maintain analysis codes. So I've already got these 4 that are in there that I've selected previously. Now I'm going to add a 5th. So my 5th one is then suppliers. So I'll just click on the drop down and scroll down. Alternatively, I can start typing part of the code in and then do a search for it. So it's called suppliers. Okay, and what name do I want the field to appear as in the list of the analysis codes on the against the supplier records? Also, if I want to make it a mandatory field as well. Okay, there are also other types of analysis codes. So, for instance, ones that you use on, for instance, things like sales orders. What you can actually do with when you've got them on a sales order is you can tell the system to pull the code from one of the analysis codes, for instance, on a customer or supplier record. Actually, from a customer if you put a sales order in. So when you go into the ones for the sales order processing, you can actually say that this one is targeted and comes from the customer's account code, analysis code 2, for instance, as a default value. And you also have the ability as to whether you can edit and override them when you're setting them up for sales orders and things like that. But on this one, it doesn't have that the ability to override and edit them on the lines there. So you can automatically basically go in and modify them because there's only one supplier record for each supplier. So if I click save now and save that one away, I'll now go across to my suppliers list. I'll just select one of my suppliers off the list that comes up. I'll just wait for that to populate through. Okay, so I've got my list of suppliers there. I'll choose one that I've not got a balance on, so like Everest Corporation, for instance. Doesn't matter if they've got a balance on, it'll still allow you to change the analysis codes. So if I just highlight that, click amend. Okay, then I need to go into the trading tab. Do you see that? You can see my suppliers code is there. Now, had I added a new one in, that's when that default value would have taken place, and it would have automatically set it to be the default value of not preferred. Because I've already got these suppliers in the system, I'm having to just choose off the drop down whether it's non-preferred or preferred. Okay, once we've got them all set, as you add new suppliers in, that's when it'll automatically do the default to be non-preferred. So I've got non-preferred there. I then click save to save away that detail. Okay, so now if I go back in and amend the account again, go back to that trading tab, it'll have retained the value that I've set of that particular one to be non-preferred. Okay, this concludes this video. So it's only a quick little guide just to show you how to set up an analysis code. So obviously the first thing is to set it up in the accounting system manager area. Then you go into the actual ledger that you want to be in to set it against the code. So in this case, you've got maintain analysis codes for the purchase ledger. You've also got the similar thing in sales ledger setup, maintain analysis codes where you can add them in. Similarly against stock control now. So this is a new feature for 2016. So you can actually set up analysis codes in there as well. Okay, I'll actually give myself access to that currently. It's that newer feature. Or you've got the ones in sales order processing. Okay, and it'll be under the maintenance there. So maintain analysis codes. So when I click there, you can see these same bits. And as I explained, you can then click sort of edit against one of these. And this is where you can then specify whether the analysis code can be amended and where to get it from a default value from if it was, for instance, taking something across that was stored on a customer record. Some other examples of things that you may put in, you might have things like an area code, so you might have north, south, east, west, that sort of thing. Or you may have routes or something like that. Or you may have business type, and you may segment your database in that way and get it to pull across that information. So then you'd be able to do, for instance, in this case, if it was one for the business type, I could then run certain reports based on the analysis codes that I've got in. So for instance, this one is analysis code 1, so I could then run for analysis code 1 where it equaled things, for instance, like butcher, and then I could see which sales orders would come from our business area of butchers. So it's that sort of thing. It's all up to you really, however you want to segment it. You've got up to 20 analysis codes for each module. So you've got 20 on sales order processing, 20 in sales ledger, 20 in purchase ledger, 20 in stock, and all those elements in there. Okay, this now concludes the video. Thanks very much for watching. Hopefully it's been useful. Thank you. Bye.